Lishma Potara Page. When we listen money, Mano, Page. To the Bogan, we must be seen many money of last visit. And a Page. Museum of Padre. And Party, and Party, CM Padre. No, we see money, one happy with Padre in neighbor. The Padre. And the Modu anyway, a Kuki side, this is you, Yangan side, this is you. I don't know,
Hello everyone, and welcome to Digital Kuki, where we unpack the stories that shape our world with clarity and curiosity. Today we're diving into one of the most gripping and controversial stories to rock India's northeast in recent times. The Biren tape leak saga. This is no ordinary political scandal. It's a story of alleged audio recordings, ethnic tensions, and a state caught in the crossfire of violence. At the heart of it all is Biren Singh, the former chief minister of Manipur, whose name became synonymous with this explosive controversy. What makes this saga so fascinating? It's the question of truth versus manipulation in a region already scarred by conflict. Did these tapes reveal a shocking conspiracy, or are they a calculated attempt to destabilize? The Biren tape leak has sparked debates, divided communities, and even reached the Supreme Court. It's a tale of power, accountability, and the fragile balance of peace in Manipur. So, buckle up as we take you through every twist and turn of this unfolding drama. Before we jump in, a quick shout out to all of you watching. Whether you're a longtime subscriber or new to the channel, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. If you're as intrigued by this story as we are, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our updates. Got thoughts on the Biren tape leak? Drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take. All right, let's get started. Let's rewind to mid-2024, when whispers of a bombshell started circulating in Manipur. The state had already been grappling with ethnic violence between the Meitei and Kuki communities since May 2023, a conflict that claimed over 250 lives and displaced thousands. Tensions were sky-high, and trust in the government was fraying. Enter the Biren tapes. In August 2024, a news outlet called The Wire published a report that sent shockwaves across India. They claimed to have obtained audio recordings allegedly featuring Manipur's chief minister, Biren Singh. These weren't just any recordings. According to The Wire, the tapes captured Biren Singh in a closed-door meeting, boasting about his role in escalating the ethnic violence. The allegations were jaw-dropping. The tapes supposedly had Biren Singh saying he allowed Meitei groups to loot arms and ammunition from state armories to target Kuki communities. He was also heard claiming he protected these groups from arrests, essentially admitting to orchestrating chaos. The source? A whistleblower who provided a signed affidavit, pinpointing the time and place of the recording. Now, Manipur was no stranger to controversy, but this was next level. If true, it meant the state's top leader was complicit in fueling a deadly conflict. If false, it was a masterclass in political sabotage. The public was divided, and social media erupted with hashtags like #ManipurTapes trending across platforms. As soon as the tapes surfaced, visual clips of protests and news debates, the reaction was swift and fierce. Kuki groups, led by organizations like the Kuki Organization for Human Rights Trust, demanded Biren Singh's resignation and an independent investigation. They argued the tapes were proof of deliberate instigation, accusing the chief minister of fanning the flames of ethnic hatred. On the other side, Biren Singh and the Manipur government hit back hard. They called the tapes doctored and fabricated, insisting it was a conspiracy to destabilize the state. The BJP, Biren's party, rallied behind him, with state leaders dismissing the audio as opposition propaganda. but the damage was done. Public trust in Biren's leadership took a nosedive, especially in the Meitei majority Imphal Valley, where his support was already slipping. Protests broke out across Manipur. Kuki Zo activists clashed with police in Churachandpur, while Meitei groups held counter-rallies, defending Biren as a victim of a smear campaign. The violence escalated with reports of arson and curfews in several districts. Meanwhile, the opposition, led by Congress, smelled blood. They planned a no-confidence motion against Biren in the State Assembly, accusing him of failing to restore peace. By late 2024, the saga took a legal turn. The Kuki Organization for Human Rights Trust filed a petition in the Supreme Court, demanding a court-monitored probe into the tapes. Their lawyer, Prashant Bhushan, called the recordings prima facie evidence of Biren's involvement. He revealed that a private forensic lab, Truth Labs Forensic Services, had analyzed the tapes and found a 93% probability that the voice matched Biren Singh's, based on comparisons with his public speeches. This was a game changer. A 93% match isn't a slam dunk, but it's enough to raise eyebrows. Truth Labs used auditory and spectrographic analysis, cross-referencing the leaked audio with Biren's interviews on YouTube. Their report claimed the voice patterns were nearly identical, fueling calls for accountability. But the Manipur government wasn't backing down. They argued the tapes were manipulated and pointed fingers at vested interests, trying to reignite unrest. The state police launched their own investigation, which critics dismissed as a cover-up. The Supreme Court, aware of Manipur's fragile situation, stepped in cautiously. On February 3, 2025, a bench led by Chief Justice Sanjeev Khanna ordered the Central Forensic Science Laboratory, CFSL, to examine the tapes and submit a sealed report within 6 weeks. The court wanted to avoid inflaming tensions, but couldn't ignore the gravity of the claims. While the legal drama unfolded, the political ground was shifting. Biren Singh faced mounting pressure, not just from Kuki Zo leaders or the opposition, but from within his own party. Several BJP MLAs, frustrated with his handling of the crisis, started openly criticizing him. By early February 2025, the cracks were undeniable. On February 9, 2025, after a tense meeting with Union Home Minister Amit Shah and BJP President J.P. Nadda in Delhi, Biren Singh returned to Imphal and did the unthinkable. He resigned. At 5:30 p.m., he handed his resignation to Governor Ajay Kumar Bala, along with his Council of Ministers. The move stunned observers. After 21 months of defying calls to step down, Biren was out. Why now? The Supreme Court's forensic probe loomed large, and party insiders say the BJP leadership feared the tapes could taint their image ahead of national elections. Plus, Biren had lost the support of key allies like the National People's Party and the Kuki People's Alliance, making his government a minority. The no-confidence motion planned by Congress was the final nail in the coffin. Congress wasted no time claiming credit, with leaders like Rahul Gandhi accusing Biren of instigating division and slamming PM Modi for letting him stay in power so long. But the BJP insisted Biren resigned for the state's future, not because of guilt. Biren's exit didn't bring closure. It opened a new chapter. On February 13, 2025, the central government imposed President's rule in Manipur, suspending the state assembly. This was a drastic step, signaling that no leader could command a majority to replace Biren. The move sparked mixed reactions. Some saw it as a chance to reset and rebuild trust. Others called it a cop-out to avoid accountability. The ethnic divide deepened. Kuki Zo groups hailed Biren's resignation but demanded justice, while Meitei communities felt he was scapegoated to appease critics. Violence simmered, with sporadic clashes reported in border areas. The Supreme Court's forensic report, still pending as of April 2025, became a ticking time bomb. If it confirms the tape's authenticity, it could trigger criminal charges against Biren. If it clears him, it might embolden his supporters to demand his return. Social media platforms like X buzzed with speculation. Some users claimed the tapes were AI-generated deepfakes, pointing to the rise of such tech in political scandals. Others shared unverified clips, muddying the waters further. The truth remained elusive, but the saga kept Manipur on edge. Then, as of April 15, 2025, the Biren tape leak saga is far from over. The CFSL's forensic report is expected any day, and all eyes are on the Supreme Court. Will it validate Truth Lab's findings, or will it debunk the tapes as fake? Legal experts say the outcome could set a precedent for how India handles leaked audio evidence in politically charged cases. In Manipur, President's rule continues, with no clear timeline for fresh elections. The BJP is struggling to find a new leader who can bridge the Meitei Kuki divide. Ethnic violence has eased slightly, but distrust lingers. Civil society groups are pushing for peace talks, but the tapes remain a sticking point. Biren Singh, meanwhile, has kept a low profile. He's made no public statements about the tapes since resigning, leaving supporters and critics to fill the void. Some BJP leaders hint he could stage a comeback if cleared, but others say his political career is over. The Biren tape leak isn't just about one man or one state. It's about accountability in a democracy. In a region as diverse and complex as India's northeast, trust is fragile. If the tapes are real, they expose how power can be weaponized to divide. If they're fake, they show how misinformation can derail governance. Either way, Manipur's people, caught between grief and hope, deserve answers. This saga reminds us why truth matters, why leadership matters, and why we can't look away from stories like these. They shape not just headlines, but lives. And that's the Biren tape leak saga so far. It's a story that's still unfolding, and we'll be here to keep you updated. What do you think? Are the tapes real, or is this a political hit job? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going. If you found this deep dive gripping, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more stories that dig beneath the surface. A huge thanks to our amazing community for watching. And until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and take care. This is Mung Boy from Digital Kuki, signing off.